Right now, you're not confident in your abilities to get things done. And that's why you're in a rut. That's why you feel so bad about yourself, because you do not feel like you can handle it. You don't feel like you can do it, but I promise you, you can do it. Even if things feel hard right now, you've got through so many hard things in the past. Look at all the things you've gone through. If you're creating a new routine, you're going to start to act like a different person, because right now the person that you are acting like is in a bad routine. Welcome to Waves Unleashed, and I'm about to unleash some waves on you. I am making this video for anyone who feels hopeless. You're in a bad mindset right now, you're going through a bad patch, and you just feel very negative. I'm dealing with this myself right now. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't even want to film this video right now. I'm in a bad mood. I've been unwell for weeks. I've had a bad chest infection now. I'm just in a really bad mindset, and I'm not able to do everything that I want to get done. But I decided, you know what, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, I'm still unwell. Just everything negative, catastrophizing, or what if it lasts long, this, that, and the other. You know, I need to shower. My hair, let's not even talk about my hair, but I'm gonna go and do that now. So, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about 3 things that we can do together to feel better, because that's what this video is about, and that's what this whole channel is about. Embracing the fact that we're not perfect, but we're always striving to be better. So when you do not feel your best, the first thing that you need to do is look at what you can do, the first few steps that you can take to feel better. So I'm here with you. If you're feeling any type of bad, negative energy, not feeling good, then we're gonna do this together. And this is something that works for me every single time I put these steps into action. I always feel better. So firstly, I'm gonna go shower, come back, and make myself look a bit more presentable for you guys, and I'll tell you the rest. Okay, I feel a little bit better now that I'm clean. Just was putting off having a shower, I'm not gonna lie to you. I woke up, I just did not want to do it. It just felt long. When you don't feel good, when you feel hopeless, you don't want to do anything, you don't want to take care of yourself. So there's a mindset of what's the point? But look at me now, I feel good. Okay, so the first step is change your space. Sometimes you need to clear your space to clear your mind. If you're in a negative emotional state and you're in a messy surrounding, that's only going to make you feel more messy inside your head. So you need to make sure that your surrounding is clear. It's kind of reflecting what you want back into your life. So if you want your life to be very organized and you want to get things done, then your room needs to be a space where you can be organized and you can get things done in it. If your room's messy, you're not going to want to get anything done, because you're not going to feel good about yourself working in that space. So that's what our first focus is. So your external environment will create your internal environment. So we want to make sure that it's reflecting exactly what we want internally. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go tidy my room, make it a bit nice, put some music on. It might take like an hour or something. Then we're going to come back. So let's do this. Okay, so I tidied my room the other day. I didn't actually come back and film the next part of the video. Now, I know the background looks different. The picture fell. Now, let me go through what I did the other day. I tidied my room, as I said. Okay, so I thought I would show you a little bit of my room and what I've done. So I just cleared up this desk over here, did the best with what I have, made a little area over here for my notebooks, have my mood board over here. Now I've got my desk area. If you guys don't know, my name is Leo. It's just a bit nicer of a space for me to work in now when I don't feel good. Before, all of this was cluttered. I had clothes here. So you just want to clear up your space. You just want to make it a little bit nicer now. I'm not trying to hide anything. My desk does not look picture perfect, Pinterest perfect. It's got a lot of chips on it, but that's fine. It's still a nicer space to work in than what it was before. So this is what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just make an effort to clear up your space and make it look a little bit nicer. This chair always had stuff on it. I know everyone can relate. You've always got this chair in your room where it's just got piles and piles of stuff on it. So I just created like a little space where I can sit, journal. And then I've got my yoga mat here, and then my bedside table. You don't need to make your room perfect, but you just want to make an effort to make your room a bit nicer. I think a lot of the time we get stuck in our heads and we think, oh, my room's not Pinterest perfect, my room's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just clear up your space, make it a little bit nicer, so that if you are in a rut, at least it's just your thoughts in your head that you have to deal with, not everything on the outside as well. And I'm not even joking, my room is still a bit cluttered with all this stuff that I have, but it's a lot better than what it was before. So work with what you have, make your space just a bit nicer, and you will feel 10 times nicer. People underestimate this first step. This is your first step, and then we're going to move on to the next step. So let's do the next step now. The second step is where things will really start to change, because you can have a great space, but if you're just doing nothing in it, it's the first step to motivate you. You need to have a good space to be able to do the things that you want to get done. And this is where planning comes into play. I always talk about planning on this channel. Create a plan. Try and make it as pretty as possible. And if you can get a printer and print it out, that's even better. But even if it's on your computer, that's fine, as long as you're looking at it every day. I separated it into different sections. So we've got my morning routine, we've got my business routine where I need to work on my business, my content that I need to post, and the things that I need to do to thrive. So work out, stick to my nutrition goals, go for a walk every single day. And then I've got my evening routine, which involves skincare, showering, once a week doing my nails, things like that. Things that I've been slacking on. I want to make myself feel good. So it's about putting it on the routine. The more easy and more laid out you make it, especially when you're in a rut, you don't want to have all these things that you need to do. You need to start slow. So for today, I said, I have not been working on my business plan lately because I've been in such a rut. I'm going to go out, even though I'm not well, I'm going to sit in the cafe, get a coffee, something to look forward to, and do some work. And I did some work and I actually felt really good while I was doing it. I felt like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm getting stuff done. But then as soon as I left, I was in a very bad mood. I was walking home. I was listening to sad music. And I know that I said this video is 3 points, but I'm going to throw this extra point in here right now. If you're listening to sad music when you're in a rut, you're not going to make yourself feel better. You need to change the music. Before, I was listening to a really depressing song about, it felt like the whole world was caving in on me. I'm walking down the street and I started listening to, you know that one Calvin Harris song where it's like, I feel so close to you right now, it's a force field. I changed to that song. I'm walking down the street like, oh, I feel so close to you right now, it's a force field. And like, that shows you how much the content that you consume is the content that you create in your life. So if you are consuming negative images on social media, or you're consuming negative music that is really feeding into this idea that you have in your head of who you are right now and how your life is, and this label that you're putting on your life due to the things that have been going on, you're just going to feel worse. So we need to change that. We need to listen to good music, we need to relax, and we need to take it step by step. Create a plan. That's what I want you to do. Change your space and then create a plan. And in the plan, there's 3 things that I want you to include. So this comes into point number 2, step 2, but you still need to implement these different things into the second step. And that includes, and you can do this at your own pace, getting outside every single day, even if it's just for a hot girl walk, a hot guy walk. Get outside, just move your body and listen to some positive music or something positive, something uplifting that you can learn from, even if it's like a podcast or just something motivational. Listen to something good. I'm not going to tell you to exercise, I'm just starting with get outside. The second thing that I want you to implement into your plan is romanticizing self-care. As I said, I need to do my nails, I need to get back on my skincare routine, my tanning routine, all that stuff. So that is something that I'm romanticizing. If I feel better, if I feel like I'm taking care of myself, my brain will be like, okay, I think I'm worth taking care of. It will come out in other ways in my life, because now I'm thinking, you are taking care of your body, you are taking care of yourself, getting outside, you're taking care of yourself, how you look, how you feel about yourself. So now your brain will be like, okay, I'm telling myself that I'm worth taking care of, so I'm gonna start thinking more positive thoughts that someone who thinks they are worth taking care of would think. Someone who doesn't think they're worth taking care of or worth going outside, they're obviously going to think negatively, because they're going to be like, what's the point? I don't feel like I'm worth it. But if you treat yourself like you're worth it, you will start to think like you're worth it. And the last thing that I want you to implement into your plan is something for your own progression, for your own future goal. So that could be working on your future business plan, working on side hustle, anything that is a goal driven thing. 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day. You underestimate how much you can do. I just went out right now and sat in the cafe and I drank a coffee and I romanticized it, and then I did 2 hours working on my business. And it's not easy. It's a nutrition business that I'm trying to start, and it's a lot that goes into it. But if you go outside and just say, what's the first step that I need to take, romanticize it and say, I'm going to do 1 hour, turned into 2 hours, and I got stuff done. And in the moment I felt so accomplished, even though I'm home right now and I don't feel good. I've been going through a lot of stuff. My back hurts, I've been dealing with this chest infection, I've just been in a negative spiral, but I can say I did something for my future self. So that's already something. So the 3 things I just want you to focus on in your plan: romanticizing self-care, self-progression, and getting outside. Those 3 things you can do. You can spend 1 hour a day doing something, even if that's just, oh, I kind of want to learn more about something that I might be interested in. That's self-progression right there. Even if you're going to work and you feel like I have no time, you have time, and you will feel better knowing you're doing something for yourself outside of your normal routine, creating a new routine. And if you're creating a new routine, you're going to start to act like a different person, because right now the person that you are acting like is in a bad routine. So if you want to be someone else and feel like something else, then you need to have a different routine. The last point is just to put all of this into action. So it's easy for me to say, oh, clear your space, make a plan and include these things. But if you just make a plan and include these things, you have to put it into action. So I made this a whole separate step, because it's very easy to write this stuff down. I wrote this stuff down and I almost told myself I don't need to do it. Now I said I might not film this YouTube video, but it's part of my plan, so I'm putting it into action. If you can't do everything, that's okay, but try to get things done off your list. If you get at least 2 things done, you can sit back and be like, wow, I'm so proud of myself. I got outside today, even if it was for 5 minutes. I did something for my self-care. I washed my face. Oh, I read 3 pages of a book or 1 page of a book on something that I'm trying to learn to progress. That's already something. Work your way up. So put it into action and give it 1 week and see how you feel. I'm giving it 1 week right now, and I created this plan yesterday. And don't do the whole, I'm going to start on Monday. I made this plan, right? So let me show you the other printout. I made this plan, and as you can see, it's only got half here because the week's already done, most of it. We're on Friday tomorrow. But I said, you know what, I'll start here. I'll put a line here, start here, start here, start here, till Saturday, till Sunday. And then I'll start again next week with this plan, which will be ready. So don't wait till Monday. Whenever you're ready, just start. This is my practice week. It's about building up these habits and making myself feel more confident in my abilities to get things done. Because right now, you're not confident in your abilities to get things done. And that's why you're in a rut. That's why you feel so bad about yourself, because you do not feel like you can handle it. You don't feel like you can do it, but I promise you, you can do it. And I believe in you. And even if things feel hard right now, you've got through so many hard things in the past. Look at all the things you've gone through. Look at all the times where you've catastrophized your whole life and you've been like, I'm never going to get through this. Life is bad. And then look at you the next week. You're laughing with your friends, or you're laughing with your family, or you're just laughing with yourself, enjoying something. You're like, oh, I remember that. Or you might not even remember it. Sometimes we don't even remember these things. So you need to step out of this mindset of, I'm in a negative mindset, everything's going to go bad, I'm going to go deeper and deeper into this. And you say, no, I'm not going to let this take over me. I'm taking over this situation. You choose. You decide what you want. If you want to stay where you are right now and keep feeling sorry for yourself and going more and more into it, you're not going to help yourself, and you're going to create negative cycles and more negative patterns in your brain until you just get into a horrible state of mind. Or you can step out of it right now and say, I'm going to get stuff done. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to be so proud of myself for at least making some steps to feel better. And it's not going to be easy. No one said you're going to just sit there one day and be like, oh, I feel better. Oh, you know what, I'll go for a walk today. No, you're going to have to sit there and be like, I do not want to go for a walk right now. I do not want to leave my house. I don't want to do anything. But you're going to have to force yourself. You're going to have to force yourself sometimes to do things that you don't want to do to feel the way that you do want to. Take that in. You have to do things you don't want to do to feel things that you do want to feel. So I'm going to leave you with that. Just remember, just because this is a small channel does not mean I'm not speaking facts. If anything, you know I'm speaking the truth, because I have no reason to lie. Welcome to Waves Unleashed, and I've just unleashed some waves on you.